Welcome to another episode of You Can't Make This Shit Up. I'm Joel Hoxley. This is David Washington. Jay in Washington is your innovative firm here in Central Florida and all over the United States.
That's right. We will go anywhere, just about anywhere.
If you pay. No.
Yeah, if you pay. Particularly Chicago, Austin, Denver, New Orleans, DC,
Amarillo.
Yes.
That's my new one.
So you can register here in Orange County, Florida. You can register for voluntary and free neighborhood surveillance. Yes, you can. We would be foolish and very foolish if we didn't think that everywhere Americans go, we're being surveilled. Um, we're being surveilled by closed circuit television, video doorbells, cameras, security cameras,
The device in your hand.
the devices in our hands, in our pockets, our smart devices. We would be remiss if we didn't think that. When Congress signed off on the Patriot Act, it was the launch pin to the erosion of our civil liberties, as my perspective. And we're here in Florida worried. Here in America, we're worried about woke battles. I think there's something bigger that we need to be concerned about. And let's get into it. Let's slip into the deep state and find out what's going on here in Orange County.
Well, David, I have to agree with you. The Patriot Act is a legislation that was passed for fear. And anytime you have a legislation that's passed for fear, by fear, it takes away your civil liberties. I've always believed that.
Agreed.
I think that we give up our rights too quickly. And that's why we should really, I'm truly a constitutionalist, because I do believe that the Constitution still is very relevant today. And if you want to change it, we have a system to change it. But the Patriot Act is horrible. We're talking about our sheriff asking people like myself to take my Ring doorbell tapes and send them directly to the police department for what? Like, there may be nothing on there, but still, they want to see everything from every angle. And this is the same guy that I know you're going to bring up, the Orlando incident, where he went into negotiations with Amazon to put face recognition cameras in downtown.
Recognition, that was the name of the Amazon software that the city of Orlando was in negotiations with Amazon to implement in facial recognition for the Orlando PD. And we've heard about the biases that facial recognition AI systems have. Also, there was some controversy because it was being tested without the knowledge of the public downtown Orlando, and there was some pushback. There is still an agreement, according to a memo with then current Orlando PD Chief Smith, and we'll provide that link in the comments. But if John, if you have opportunity to pull up the link and click on the link and show our audience of the actual tweet by the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office is seeking voluntary and free participation of the public to share their Ring camera surveillance information, and the police state has come.
You can't make this shit up. I mean, come on. Like, there's nothing that we say privacy. We talk about freedom. We talk about all this stuff, and now it just seems like everything is being taken away. Everything from the tech companies. I mean, you have no privacy.
Gone.
People are in your bedroom because you put in an Alexa and it has a camera, so you have to tape the camera because people can, people are everywhere. People are everywhere now. Everybody is trying to get something. and now the sheriff openly wants to take even more information.
Right.
So what do you want? Do you want the inside stuff too? You know, you want to be in my house? You know, you want to sit in my living room?
Right. What happens if there's a crime committed, or let's say the police are following, chasing someone who just committed a crime, whether by foot or by speeding car down the block, and the police are requesting the footage of every ring camera that is facing the street. And what if there's something on that footage that wasn't originally part of the commission of the original crime, that they're like, we need to look into this.
So David, you're sitting across from a park. Your house lives right across from a park, and you have somebody doing something in public that they shouldn't be, and they're trying to chase down a criminal, and all of a sudden they have your license plate or whatever, and they're after you because they have you on camera for doing something that you shouldn't have been doing. But you weren't the reason we were looking at this tape. But
That's
now
right.
we've got you for
Mhm.
because you were in a park and you were doing this in your car or uh, anything like.
Or how about this? And this kind of leads back to the argument that state's attorney and many states attorney, not just state's attorney Monique Worrell, made in regards to why some of her cases were dismissed or dropped because witnesses would not come to testify. What if you are in the same park and you're just doing your regular routine? A crime is committed and you're the sole witness, but you don't want to testify because it's in your own neighborhood and the crime is happening in your own neighborhood, and you know the person who's committing the crime and the people that they associate with, and you're like, hey, I don't want to be a part of this, but the local law enforcement, the sheriff's office can request that footage and say, hey, we want you to testify. We got you right here. Do this.
Are you going to have those people that have a ring? That just voluntarily say, you know what? I love this idea. Let me just send it in. You know, it's like people don't care about people's privacy anymore. People don't. It's hey, just the only privacy you have is taken away from you here in Florida, anyways, because hey, you aren't supposed to be recorded in Florida without being told that you're being recorded.
And everyone has a camera now.
And everybody has a camera and everybody's got something going on, or it's like, okay, I'm sure part of the conversation was recorded nowadays, or like, nobody cares. And the minute something happens, people want to get it on tape.
They've got their cameras out while someone is maybe choking on a chicken bone. That everyone's got their cameras recording this.
And
Like,
nobody's taking a chicken bone.
help the brother out.
Oh my God, that's so true. Like
Yeah.
media, I remember like a media cameraman was capturing something on camera, and everybody went after the cameraman because it was like you should have helped. And he's a journalist. He has, I have to capture the story or help the person. There are people there. That's a hard decision to make, but now nobody makes that decision. They just want it on tape because they want to go viral on social media. And
I'm sorry, the footage on Reddit or TikTok or whatever. That's the whole point. You see it. It's there for entertainment value. And you see all the other cameras that are out trying to record this moment in time. And that's where we're at right now. Nothing's sacred anymore. Everything's being recorded. There's no sense of privacy. We worry about things that really don't matter. And now we're at the point where we've given away our freedoms, particularly our freedom to privacy.
well, David, it's just like software. When you get a new software program, the first thing you do is you don't want to sit there and read the terms. You just want to get into the program. So you click the terms of agreement, and you're now in the
Sign your
program.
life away.
And when something happens, you find out you have no right to go. You can't sue them. You have to go to arbitration. You don't even know
That's
what the
right,
freaking
arbitration
arbitration
That's
is.
right.
And now you're going, okay, well, I got arbitration. You think you're going to get an arbitrator on your side?
Nope. Nope. It's the businesses, decision on who the arbitrator is.
I was like,
Yes,
damn, every single one of them has arbitration now.
that's
So
right.
listen, I think that Sheriff Mina needs to be held accountable on stuff like this. People need to start calling him on these things. You're taking away civil liberties. You're trying to like go the extra mile. You're trying to criminalize things that shouldn't even be
I
criminalized.
think he's just trying to make his job a little bit easier because I mean, the tweet is like, "Hey, it's voluntary, it's free. Just sign the waiver and give us your data." And it's more than just the data itself; it's the metadata, all the stuff that's is collected behind just the recording that you're taking. It's just so much more, and folks have to read the fine print, which we know they don't.
Okay, now I'm going to take you aside for a moment because look, we have encryptions and we have all this stuff, and now we have the courts trying to, you know, order people to, order companies to unlock phones and stuff like that. So
Right.
you have this really butt up against each other type of fight right now, and I think this is just ridiculous. I don't care what's on your Ring phone, and I don't want my police wasting their time going through somebody's Ring that might not have anything on it. Those are ours. Those are what we're going to have AI do that? I don't know.
Well, I've signed away my digital soul to Google years ago. I just love being in their ecosystem. I feel sorry for the Apple users because Apple's already sold your information to the Russians. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
This is funny because the whole conversation is it's you know it's so secure a network, and now because of court,
There's
it, it
nothing
it's
secure.
yeah, it was so,
Nothing secure.
you had a store that you knew that everything was tested. Now you have a store that has to take everything. It's the courts always break everything up. Yes, it was a monopoly. Yes, the store was bad,
Mhm.
but at least you knew you had when you downloaded something, it was safe, or at least supposed to be. But
Well, now folks have the opportunity to knowingly hand over their information and access to their privacy, and at least the sheriff's been able to be more forward about it this time. Still concerned about the recognition software that the Orlando PD is still using. The science has shown that AI software is flawed, but there's not enough conversation about it. Hopefully, there will be at the federal level.
well, just hope to God that your neighbor isn't really technically savvy and can, you know, fix the tape before they turn it in. Because
Let's not go there.
we have all these bots on there. You see the president saying something that he didn't say, and you know,
Those are
come
deep
on,
fakes.
there's people out there that they have nothing better to do with their time. Sheriff, please think before you do this. Just think about how this could harm your community.
Hey, if you agree with us, if you don't, please let us know. We'd love to hear your comments. We'd love to engage with you on our platforms. We're on all the major social media platforms. So please engage us. Let's have that conversation. Be a part of our community. Spread the word. We'll see you on LinkedIn too. Talk to you. That's Joel. I'm David. Please comment, share, like, hit the notification button. Say hello to John, our producer.